Beauty fades, dumb is forever. I want you to think about that. Think about it. Just think about what it means. It means you can make this as pretty as you like. It's up here that what's going to stay with you forever.
Suck it down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! You can put your hands around the bottom to work it out. Oh, what's wrong with it? Come on, girl. Are you all right? Careful. Careful, girl. Oh, my goodness.
Shit.
Paramedics. Shit. Can we get paramedics to the DJ booth, please?
De rollen geschenk bekend.
Your safety's on.
How does I...
There's a button by the trigger. There you go. Oh. Did you hit yourself?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing, entertaining, delightful, great disciple content. Tell me where the freak's at. Hold up. Hey.
What do you do when the worst roommate ever just happens to be your sister? Home health care provider Shalon Barnett is suing her sister for rent and the value of a vehicle. Defendant Andrielle Kendrick says the plaintiff should have submitted the claim to her insurance. Now it's Joe time.
Let's see, Ms. Barnett, you're suing your sister, Ms. Kendricks, and you say that your sister lived with you for 6 months without paying any rent and then totaled your motor vehicle. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kendricks, you say your sister shouldn't have been so mean as to have charged you rent when she knew you had no job, and you say she should have gone through her insurance policy instead of trying to make you pay for the vehicle that you totaled. Let's see, you allege that in February of this year your sister was going through a bad breakup with, an abusive boyfriend and needed someplace to stay. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Let her move in with you?
Yeah, because I love my sister a lot, and I hate that we even have to go through this.
Now, she comes and lives with you. You have her sign this promissory note, of which I have a copy. Basically, it's a rental agreement. So she's going to be allowed to live the first month for free and then $250 per month thereafter. Is that right?
Yes, Judge.
What happened?
Okay, from the time she moved in, she was real junky, messy. She would never clean up after herself.
That's not true.
Well, wait a minute. How can you say a person would not be of that opinion? Oh, man, somebody might sit you down at a table, young lady. Here, eat this. And you say, this is absolutely awful. Oh, it's not awful. Well, it tastes awful to me. How can you say? So when she says you were messy, sloppy, and all this other stuff, in her opinion, you know, that's her opinion. Now, you didn't like the way she kept her house, so to speak, right?
Exactly. And so, like, she would just, like, use any of my stuff. Like, she would borrow pairs of my shoes, and she would never ask and stuff. And sometimes I would catch her friends with my stuff on. Also, she would let my friends wear my stuff, whatever, and stuff would come up missing in my house.
Bad. By the way, do you smoke?
No.
Did she?
Yes.
Have any problems with that?
Yes. Well, her dude friends, they come over and they smoke Black and Milds and stuff, and I'd have Black and Mild burns in my couches and stuff. And they was real disrespectful too. They'd be loud, cursing.
Okay.
I would have everybody leave out my house. When I come home from work, I don't want to see a lot of people in my house on top of stuff coming up missing. And then you know, my kids. We want to be comfortable and come home and be relaxed and everything. We don't want to hear all that. You know, I work every day. I work Monday through Friday and every other weekend. But it's just about respect.
Now, August 19th, I believe you allege, you decided to attend a wedding of a friend out of town. Is that right?
Yes, Judge.
The reception was over, everybody was having a nice glow, but you got a phone call.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, the phone call was around like 1:30, and it was my sister, and she was calling me, and she was talking about, first of all, she sounded real drunk, like she was slurring and everything, and she was saying like, you know, I just got into an accident with your car, and I'm like, my car? How did you get my car? You know, because I had my keys with me, but I also kept an extra spare at home. And like I said, she be all through my stuff, wearing my clothes and everything, so she had been rambling, you know, and she found my spare key. I never told her she could take my car. So from then I went off, you know, going off, cussing, everything. You know, that's my car. That's my transportation back and forth to work, take my kids to school.
You expressed your ire.
Yeah. So she hung up on me.
She says she was disturbed and upset that you didn't first inquire as to how she was doing.
Exactly.
You were more interested in your car than you were in her. That right?
Yeah.
Well, you were breathing, talking on the phone, so obviously you hadn't committed yourself to being under the sod. So, I mean, you know, at that point,
she said I can use her
you
car.
did it to yourself. So you come back and you find your vehicle is totaled.
Yes, it was, the whole front end was towed up. And it was like, I had just went on ahead and junked it because it wasn't even worth me even trying to put any more money into the car at all.
Did you ever learn what happened?
From what she said, she crashed into a pole.
All right, let's go to you, Miss Defendant. What do you have to say?
Well, first of all, I had explained to my sister that, you know, my situation was, you know, I wasn't working.
Who cares? You got yourself in there. You picked him.
I wasn't working, you know, I just kind of felt like,
what
you know.
happened? How far did you get in school?
Huh?
How far did you get in school?
I got my high school diploma.
Well, have you been back to a junior college, anything like that, trade school?
Yeah. No, I haven't did any
well,
of
did
that.
you pick the individual you got involved with?
Yes, I did.
And you got pregnant?
Right.
Who did that to you?
I was just going through a rough part in my life.
What rough part
just
in
like,
your life
with
that
me
you
not
didn't bring on
working
yourself?
and everything like that. I just needed some help at the time, you know. And she not telling the truth, because I don't smoke. She was the one smoking, and she'd be drinking herself, and she'd be going out.
She says she doesn't
partying.
smoke.
Yes, she do.
And she's got two children. You ever heard of secondhand smoke? What?
She's smoking her own house, and she's smoking in front of her kids too. So, you know, I didn't feel like, you know, for a person who don't care about their kids, then, you know.
I don't get that from her. But in any event, how did you manage to get her automobile?
Well, before she left, she said, you know, you can use my car. You need to, you know, run around and do some things. You know.
When did she let you use it before?
She'd let me use it from time to time because, you know, I'd be having her kids while she'd be at work. You know, she didn't say that part, you know. And I'd be watching kids taking
Why would you have one that's supposed to be in school? First grade. Why would you have that one?
I had to take them to school sometimes since somebody got to pick them up, you know.
Is that true?
No. She didn't have a car. How she was going to pick him up?
How were you going to get to work?
Because she did tell me I could use her car, you know, and...
she did?
Yes, she did. You know, I wouldn't just be, you know, take nobody's car and just take nobody's car keys.
Well, she says you took her clothes. Let your homegirls use her clothes.
No, sometimes she'll let people borrow my stuff, going through my stuff, too.
Borrow your stuff? What did you have to bring over there? You're getting up from your boyfriend.
I had clothes, shoes, you know. I wasn't down and out.
You're unemployed. What have you got? She's got a steady job. She's a bit older than you. So what do you have to bring over there?
I had clothes.
When you're
like
running
shoes.
from your boyfriend.
I had stuff, you know, jewelry, stuff like that.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The defendant in this case said she was going through a tough time while living with the plaintiff. She seems to think that gets her off the hook for all kinds of things. Let's see what the judge thinks.
Okay, now here's what's bad with this story. You broke up with your boyfriend in time to move in with your sister in February. What's 2 from 11? You know? Tell me.
No, 8
Oh,
months,
here we
9
go.
months. What are we talking about?
Well, it's December, and allowing for this being the end of the month and your last being with him in February, 2 from 12, if it's the 12th month, is 10. If we just say, all right, the end of the bloody month, there was that last episode before you decided you couldn't take it, then we'll go November, since November just ended about a week ago. Let's say 2 from 11, that's 9. See, that's why I don't believe you, because I'm just testing your credibility. When are you going to grow up? You better grow up, because you got something growing in you that hopefully will grow up. You aren't going to be a very good mother if you don't have an example that you can set for that child. Your problems seem to me to be brought on you by, guess who? You. So let's start off by straightening up. Sorry, I can't go further, but you get the jurisdictional limit. That's $3,000 in your cost, and it's time for you to grow up.